Yo, I go on people, you don't know Mark Fagan here. Um, I want to show you something, some more concepts that you can use to anticipate price. This is showing you how to anticipate a reversal. Um, we're on the daily chart, and if you see this dinosaur, here, so yeah, this is from when the chart start. Cause I want to show you guys that nothing no change about this algorithm or whatever people want to call it. Nothing don't change. You have them little social media people that come up and they must say, boy, the market is changing and you have to change with it and all kind of foolishness, right? Because they want to use some marketing tactic for. I know all about marketing, all right? Yo, don't even get me started, yeah, my youth. Don't get me started. Anyway, when me getting on the lesson, right? Because people are, yo, let me just get on the lesson. All right, so yo, check this. You know, before me get into the lesson, please, people, when I show you these things, right? These things I learned from DTFX concepts. Go home, write notes, and seek it out for yourself. Don't take it as face value and ruin your life with it, right? Because I notice that social media turn half or three quarter of the world population in a dunce, right? Just the other day, me I hear about people that make this big uproar about $10,000 if you come to Jamaica with 10,000 US, the equivalent of 10,000 US. You're supposed to declare it, right? And if you cannot prove that the you got this money through legal means, then we'll seize it, right? That is what people are saying. Oh, if you bring $10,000 come to Jamaica, them take it, and everybody are label Jamaica as thief, and even Jamaicans living in America are going with the foolish and I tell the government for go suck which part of their mother and all this kind of people just dunce. No, why on God's green earth will you come to Jamaica with 10,000 US dollars cash full up in your hand? Right? Why? The only thing me know you have to buy cash with you know what? Let me just cool. Alright. Let me cool. Alright, so yo, look. How to anticipate the reversal, right? So there is something called the three eyes or the three highs, right? For all my American listeners, not eyes, highs, right? So the three highs, when you see these three highs, it means that price is getting ready to reverse. You can simply look at the chart and see for yourself what's going on. So you see this right here? One high, two high, three highs. Price is tightening up. And usually what will happen is that price will trade down to the second high and give you a bump up. Or price will just drop straight down. Right? Now, you will get an opportunity to get in at a zone. A zone is usually going to form. But most people, like myself, would wait till it get to this one before we know that alright, price is going to get lick. Or sometimes if it rush down here, this is a very aggressive entry, I must say. This is a very aggressive entry. But there's also other narratives around here that would cause people to enter into this entry, right? Not going into the details of it because you need to seek this out for yourself. But if you notice, when you get a run like this, you're basically creating a larger zone sometimes. Sometimes, not all the time. And you'll get a run. Now, once again, there are other narratives that are tied into this, right? There are other narratives that are tied into this. This narrative, you can see this on a candlestick. Like some people who know candlesticks can see that this would have worked for them because of what they've trained on, right? Over here is the same thing. Well, not really. But you see some sort of tightening, some sort of rounding, right? So, to be honest, people would miss this because it's not the three highs, so it would probably leave them. But once again, you have equal highs here and equal highs around the lows. So there's many narratives you can use, right? And I say seek it out because look, you're inside of a zone. You have a low, a high, a low get run, right? And you are in. There's a zone here. Now, for those of you who don't know, the second swing on the way down is the most powerful swing. It gives you the most push out. If you look inside of the zone, what do you see? One high, two high. You can even come down here if you want. And where does it seek? The second high down, the second low. Sorry, this is the first. This is the first low. Low, high. This is the second low. Put in the high. You could have called this the third low, but it's a little thing. So yeah, but then it plug that in there, right? Run the low. What happened? Trade back up into the range and short. Right? It's simple. Now, yeah, most of the time you're not going to get the trade back up into the 50% and all this kind of stuff. Usually, if it leave me, right, or someone say, all right, well, I'll just wait for the second swing. And usually, if it leave me, you see, this is an imbalance, right? It's an imbalance. And it come down, right? See it right here, you get a nice 50% top right there. But what we're talking about is the reversal, right? We can see it again. And if you notice, this thing happens inside of a zone or after a high is taken. And once again, it is incorporated into the swing count. 1, 2, 3. You can call this a 4. Now, the swing's supposed to be the same size, but, you know, this is the swing right here. This is the same size as that. This is the same size, more or less. This is the same size. This slightly bigger, but, and if you look inside of the zone, you have the three highs again. 1, 2, 3. So you have the three. You have to train your eyes to see it, but it is there, right? And it run down to the what? Second low, right? There are other narratives that will tell you that it will, but we just seek this out, man. Once again, look, you can even see it at the top of the swings. So, for example, let's go down. So we have this equal high scenario, right? We have this equal high scenario. And just when it's ready for turn down, you notice this rounding too. Look at the rounding as well. But the wicks are highs on lower time frames, remember. 1, 2, 3, right? Or if you want to go on a bigger time frame, bigger scale, 1, because it come down. Another one here. Another one there. Right? Then it form a equal high, run the low, trade back up into the range, and you get your shot. Once again, guys, it is at the top of the swing, top of the range, and this is not a break, but you get equal highs. Here, for example, here, it take the high, and you're like, rotted, one my three item there. They're here, 1, 2, 3. Sometimes you don't notice it, cause most of the time you see it as a form of like a slope, right? Sometimes you see it like how you see it here sloping, like how you see it here slanting up, like even here. So watch here, 1, 3 highs, price ready for drop, right? 1, 2, 3, price ready for drop. Right. Up here, you probably didn't get none. You get a sharp drop, right? Okay, it don't happen all the time, but when it happen, it tells you, okay, price ready for drop. 1 high, 2 high, 3 high. Right? We look up the top of the ranges. You'll see them at the top of the ranges. 1 high, 2 high, 3 high. No, I'm not saying as soon as you see this, you're supposed to say, all right, then we're going to drop. Because, some man will hold this and will see the 3 high. And as soon as the 3 high come, them press short. And depending on how much money you have, them press the short here and them in profit here. And them end up getting liquidated here. Right? You have to use this. This should let you know, all right, we're getting ready to drop. So this zone to go higher is a no-no. Right? And look, it dropped. They got the structural break. And them just wait and say, all right, yeah, I'm going to get the structural break. Yeah, but no, say we're going to reverse, come and get the 3 item. Boom. Just wait for the structural break and wait till you come back up and test the 50% amount. You eat a bigger food coming down. Fat food. Oh my God, look on this. Come on, guys. Let's go back to the lower time frame. Show you, say, yo, this thing, 3 highs, drop, top of the range. I wouldn't necessarily use it here, but it's a part of the swing count. If you're counting the swings. Over here, so we only get 2 here, but you can see it here. You see it on the smaller, because this is the daily, why it look like this. But you get the 3 highs, it come down, break that, form a range, and you take it. You take away yourself. Wherever you see it, we're getting ready to reverse. Or come down slightly. Look here again. It happened enough to where you can put this in your toolbox. 3 highs, drop. Right? And you might not see it here, but it is here. Look. 3 weeks. 3 highs, 3 weeks, whatever you want to call it. These are highs because this was a candle above flush. This was a candle above flush. Right? It's all here, man. Thompson. We're in a zone. Right? So use this as part of your toolbox to let you know that, all right, see this, okay, anticipate that. Look here. 3 eyes, 3 weeks, 3 whatever you want to call it. Just know that they're tight. So as soon as you have this one, you have this one. As soon, like they're tied together. Them not just, you know what I mean? Look, it's a tightening. 3 eyes. Sometime it put in another one just for the sake. And then look, it start break structure. And then when you get back into the zone now, you have the same 3 eye, or, you know, the rounding. It's all, you know. 3 eye again, drop. Once again, the 3 eyes will occur a lot. But as I said before, you want to make sure you are, just to be safe, you're counting your swings, right? Or you run a higher time frame high, right? Which more than likely you're going to get 3 highs, but it's going to be in the form of a range. When you see this 3, 4 high, you know, say, all right, get ready for the break and retest and drop. Right? 3 highs. This is an equal high, so we say yes, it's going to drop anyway. Right? And it's in a zone. Look, you have a zone right here. It's just that when you see the 3 eyes, you notice, all right, I've seen the 3 eyes. I don't have to keep looking to the left all the time. You know what I mean? Let's look some more. It's all over the map, bro. Look, count the swings. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is another swing. And then it come with. Don't make no influencer come tell you nothing about, oh, the market is changing, the new algorithm is updated and all kind of foolishness. We still in the 80s right here, you know. All right? We moved 10 years ago. We moved a span of 10 years looking for this thing. Watch it. It show it head again. 3 eyes. 1, 2, 3. It show it head every time. And this is part of probably a zone. No, this is a strong zone. There's difference. There are weak zones and there are strong zones out there. This is another one. It never really give 3, but you get the rounding effect, the tightening, right? There are ways, Ross, in which you can know. That's why it's a back testing. You're testing backwards. It has already occurred. You're just making sure you're good, right? Look. This is a zone here. We didn't get any 3 equal highs here. Why? There's an explanation why. I am not going to give you right now because I'm not trying to overload people. Right? If you do the work, you will see, well, you need the information first, but just focus on looking out for this, mastering it. Right? Just master it. See it come again. 1, 2, 3, or even inside here. You can see where even better example, it tightening up 1, 2, 3, and then it drop down. Break structure. Trade back up into the range. Right? Ready for drop again after the swing. 1, 2, 3, drop. 1, 2, 3, drop. Right? It's all it there, man. It there for you, man. Alright, watch this again. 1, 2, 3. Right? It run past everybody here, so. Right? trade up. Let's say it break the thing, the first trade into the range and give a nice push down, right? Some people greedy to where them expect it to come all the way down, and guess what it do? It create another three eyes. You're like, damn, why did this not work for me, man? Well, there's different scenarios and explanations as to why. Remember, I said this has to originate inside of a zone. And usually you get this in the 50% of the zone, but for some strange reason, it happened twice. Whereas if you wasn't greedy, you would be able to do this. But it's because this zone, right, I'm just going to give you, was weakened because it was mitigated multiple times already. Right? Now, the origin of the move, because it trade up and trade down, was here, right? So we kind of expect that, but it didn't even get the 50% here. This zone was mitigated multiple times, and if you notice, it is like this zone didn't give you any rejection. Normally, when you get the 50% and you reject out, you know that, all right, the zone's strong, but the zone was weak. So yeah, you get the three highs here. You get the structural break here, even here. You trade up. You still get a nice, you know how much money this? And we're talking about the daily, This is the daily, right? You spot this on the daily and you go down to the 1 minute and you wait on this to happen, and this is 2 days worth of food, constant dropping, right? If the zone is weak, it will form another three, like kind of like a retest, and then it will drop out. And it still don't even come here. If you realize this zone almost get liquidated at the top. And look, it's coming back to get liquidated anyway. This is good. This is going to get liquidated. If you notice, you don't see any tree highs forming here. You see, all right, let me take that back. You see the tree highs here, right? But on the higher time frame, you don't see no tree highs forming. You see destruction coming, right? So, seek out the knowledge and apply the knowledge. See it again. Can do this all day, brethren. Three eyes. Alright, where did this tree eye occur for make me believe says a tree eye? Zone. Alright? Or if you want at the bigger zone, you're in the 50%. This zone is a strong zone. Stronger zone. Right? Because you get the push out. Right? But it's an inside zone and all kinds. Don't want to go into that, but do that. And it's the same thing apply for the lungs. Same thing apply. Price ready for reverse. 1, 2, 3. Alright. You want it in a zone though. Alright, see that better. Better example. And you know a zone, you come down, you run the low, you know say a pullback for not happen. You see the tree, yeah, and tighten up. Look for an example around here, so. Gotcha. Tightens up. See it down here, so 1, 2, 3. You see it start tightening up. Now, to be fair, I don't use the see there, tighten up. I don't really use it on the lungs like that. I don't know why. I don't use it on the lungs like that. I have other things to use to, spot reversals and trade and them things. But just get good at using this. Get good at anticipating it. Get good at just get good at seeing it. Don't trade nothing on fight yet. Just get good at it. See it again. Three lows. Price trade up. Break structure. And you get along. You can use it and this is a higher time frame execution of it. 1, 2, 3. Higher time frame execution of it. But once again, guys, use it in context. You have the swing count, right? You have other narratives here that is telling you that price is going to turn around. Don't just see this, oh, it's a 3 lows, and you jump into it. Because, see it here? Well, it does show when it's reversed, but see it here, 3 eyes is right here. Oh, yeah, look, I have 3 eyes. Gone. So, use it in context, right? See it here again, 3 lows. Bam, bam, bam. Bam, bam. Get 2 right there, so. And that's because it was not used in a zone, right? See, this is used in a zone. This is a down move, come up, see there, it's in a zone. You get the proper, it's more accurate, it's more recognizable in a zone. See it here again. Can do this all night, bro, I tell you. Watch out. Zone, you get the 3 lows, maybe 4, and it, you get a little reversal, right? The level of the reversal depends on where you are in the market, right? Depends on where you are in the market. This zone now right here is a bigger, I should have said this is the zone where you get the reversal from, not this little baby zone. So, cause this zone was meant to be liquidated, but I'm just looking for the examples and giving them to you. They use it on pullbacks. When you run a low, you get a pullback. Some people, the ranging or the pullbacks, but it's, if you look on it, it's the tightening of the thing, the rounding of the price, and it usually happen in a higher time frame zone. And you see where, all right, we get the rounding, and you say, boss, not the 3 low them this, right? It just tighten all the way down. But 1, 2, this is not this is not a low, but let me delete, right? For me, I have an eye to spot these 3 highs for shorts. I just have the eye to spot it for the shorts, right? I just have that type of eye. But once again, use it for to pick up when price going reverse. It's a form of narrative, but narrative is nothing without the structure and the zones. Without the structure, actually. You look at the structure, then you look at the narrative, and then you look to see if the narrative is happening in a zone to give you more confidence that, all right, I can take action on this narrative. All right? All right, cool. Peace.